Hello YouTube, my name's Nero and today we have some Cities Skylines. This is the game I was talking about in my update video. What this is basically a city building game, a simulator if you will, and a lot of people are comparing it, and rightfully so, and I also agree with them, that this is a way better version of SimCity, a much more in-depth version of SimCity. So what we're going to be doing in this video is basically starting up a new world. It's going to be maybe a 40-minute video, maybe up to an hour or so, and we're just going to play through this, and you guys can see exactly what this game is all about and see whether or not you guys would actually like to make a purchase of it. One cool note about this game is right from the get, they want to make it very, very moddable and allow the community to really kind of take control of it. You see the Steam Workshop right here on the front page of the game. There's a lot of different mods you can download that change around a lot of different things within the game. For the sake of this video, I'm not going to be playing around with these. I don't play too much with mods anyway, but I'm going to actually just be going and using the standard game and playing through that. So first and foremost here, you go to a new game and you need to basically pick one of these different areas. Now these different resources down here are going to be available to you, such as water, such as forests, and what is this? This is ore resources and things like that. For the sake of it, I'm just going to pick something that would be a real easier. We'll go with Green Plains. This is the very first one you go to. If you actually want to name your city, it is right here. We are going to call it Neroland just for the sake of the video, and why not? Also, if you're not from America, you can make it so left-hand traffic is apparently a thing if you like that kind of thing. So it's kind of a cool thing. So let's start this up here, and it's going to load us in. Now, initially, we're just going to have a giant plot of land and a highway, or an interstate, if you will, where basically we need to build things off of that. And that's what we're going to do. Right now, we're going to start with basically nothing. Then we're going to start putting together our city. We're already going to have like a limited amount of money we have to work with. And we'll do it, and hopefully you guys enjoy the video, and hopefully you get a good idea as to what Cities Skylines actually is. But keep in mind, it could take a little bit of time to load here, just because it's kind of a big game. There's lots of stuff going on here. So, I've actually put, I'd say probably 6 hours or so into the game so far, and yeah, in all respects, in my opinion, it's a way better version of SimCity. So right here's the hello, and let's start by building some roads and zoning some areas for them. I know how to do all this stuff, and I'll be explaining it to you here. So first and foremost, there's actually a Twitter here where your citizens will basically tweet about how bad of a person you are. But here we are, and this is our first zone. Now, you see this outline here? That's basically all the area we're allowed to start working on our city, and you can zoom in and, of course, change around the camera angle. First thing you want to do is actually build a road, and down here on this interface, this is all the different things you can actually start building. So we're going to take this road, and we're going to put it here, and I guess we're going to stretch it. We'll stretch it to about there. Kind of a long road, and then we're going to stretch this to about there, something along those lines, because we need to get access to this water, and you'll be seeing why here. So let's get out of the roads here, and let's actually go here to water and sewage down here. And now water and sewage, you need to actually have it so there is water going into your city, because of course a city can't function without a water system, as well as you need to have a sewage system. Otherwise, all the sewage is completely backed up, garbage just starts filling in the streets, and everybody starts dying of horrible diseases. We don't want that. Now, the game is kind of in-depth in that you need to make sure that your sewage, which is right here, your water drain pipe, is actually downstream. Let's X out of that. You need to make sure it's actually going downstream from your actual water source. You want your water source to be upstream. That way, you know, you don't have your sewage going into where you're actually getting your water from your city. So that's something people try to avoid, and we're going to be doing just that in this video. So let's take this here. This is going to be the water pumping station, and we're going to put it here. Now, also, you notice little circles around it. That means there's going to be a lot of noise coming from this thing, which could bother some citizens, but I don't like to worry too much about that kind of thing. So we're going to put that down. We're going to get a tweet saying, fresh water finally coming to the city. Welcome modern commodities. Hashtag fresh water. Yeah, they added a Twitter feature, which some people like it, some people hate it, but this is actually right here going to be our, am I on the right one? I think I am. Hold on here. Let's just X out just to make sure. And yes, this is actually going to be our water drain pipe. This is where all the sewage is going to go. Notice how I'm putting it downstream. Downstream. That way, it's all going to go that way, and the good water is not going to get affected by it whatsoever. Next, we're going to go ahead and we're actually going to start building some roads and start building some things for our community here. So I'm not really going to think too much about how we're going to build the community, how we're going to build the road or anything like that. I'm just going to start putting roads places, and then we'll end up going from there. I think right now we're going to build like kind of like a, let's see if we can do this way. Up, that's going to be in the way. Let's back this up a little bit. Let's go over here to our demolition tool. Let's get rid of that just so it's not in the way. Then we can go back to this, and we can try and get ourselves a relatively straight road. And then, oh, it's slightly off. It's slightly off. Whatever, we'll keep it. We'll keep it as is. We'll keep it as is. Then we're going to bring up this road, and then we'll attach it. Also going to be slightly off. I'm not going to pay too much attention to making sure every road is perfectly straight and whatnot throughout this video, but I'm just trying to give you guys the broad strokes as to how this game's played. So we got some roads here going, and let's just connect these, because why not? And let's connect these, because why not? And let's connect these because, oops, messed that up completely. Let's connect those because why not? All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to want to zone residential people to live here. We're going to have people living in this area as well as have a couple businesses. There's different things you can zone for. You can zone for low density residentials, which is going to be just people's houses. And of course, there's also going to be low density commercial zones. There's going to be industrial zones, which are going to be factories and workers and stuff like that. But you can also turn that into farms and things like that. This game is pretty in depth as compared to SimCity. So first things first, we're actually going to want to head and not put that down until we actually get water flowing to all of our areas. And we're also going to need power. Power is going to need to be a thing. So let's actually back out of this. Let's go to our coal generator, right? We got our coal generator. We're going to have to put it here on the side of the road-ish somewhere. I'm going to put it more over here, just so it's a little bit further away, because I'm not sure exactly how, if that's going to pollute the ground, if that's going to affect our water source. So I'm actually just going to move it over this way. But yes, that's actually going to be our power supply. So first things first, we're going to go to water, and we're going to want to go to our water pipe, and we're going to want to connect the water pipe underneath all of these streets. You see the giant blue thing that's coming out from there? That basically means anything within that blue circle long sphere thing actually has water access. So by doing it this way, then every little building in that area is actually going to have access to water. Now in terms of power, you can see who and what has power based upon the blue that's coming up right there. So first thing we're going to do right now, though, is we're actually going to go ahead and we're going to start zoning some residential, to make it so people can start living. A bunch of different tools you have to zone residential. You can use like the large brush, if you will, and you can paint in where exactly you want your residentials, or you can go with a small brush and get down there and just get very, very detailed. Like, I only want this tiny bit of land to actually be made by somebody or something like that if you would like to. I'm not really too keen on that. I just kind of like, broad stroke, you just put residentials there. I usually like to put commercial people here closer to the highway, because I figure, you know, it's like the interstate's like right there. Do you want houses right next to the interstate? No, you want to have like a nice wall of businesses between the interstate and where people are actually living. That's what I've always kind of thought when I put together my cities. I've just always done it, and I'll continue to do it right here. Then you can also go really in depth with your little city if you would like to, and make it so, like, for example, let's make it so with our tiny paintbrush here, let's make it so there's going to be a corner market right there, and then we'll fill in the rest of it with residential. Now, of course, it's going to take a little bit of time for this to actually grow and for people to actually move in, but you can, of course, speed things up here. There's a timer thing. You can make it so things go super fast, super slow, and you can pause by pressing this button over here. I know it's hard to see because all these buttons are kind of small on a YouTube video, but still, you can see these kind of things. And, of course, you can scroll in and go and start seeing some of the stuff that's going on. Now, couple things I've screwed up on so far. One, I did not connect any of the water pipes actually to our sewage drainer right there. So I've actually connected that, so that should be good. But now we're actually going to need to connect power, because these places have power, but they're not connected, which apparently seems to be the issue. You see everyone's complaining, water, power, and the reason why that's actually happening is because our water station doesn't have a direct connection to that. So let's go ahead and make it so it actually has, what is this called down here? This is actually a power line. Power lines carry electricity over distances. Power jumps across streets and from building to building. So it actually makes it so that has power. And so now we should be good. I thought we would be good, but apparently we're actually going to need to zone more residential. So what we're going to do, actually, we don't need to zone more residential. What needs to be happening right now is businesses need to spawn in here. That way the electricity will carry from here to here, because otherwise you end up having to have these power lines everywhere, which really can be a pain because they make it so you just can't fit things in those areas. See, like right now, there should be people moving in, but they're not. They're being a bunch of jerks. I need people to move in like right here. Maybe if we fast forward a little bit. We'll see. Come on. There we go. Now we're getting some businesses over here. We're getting some businesses. Alright. Tome of the Lost Pharaoh found in the Valley of Kings. Hashtag lost and found. I don't get it. We're able to start now zoning industrial stuff. We'll be getting to that here soon, so that all these people have jobs. But right now, we're kind of waiting to see exactly whether or not these people are going to be smart enough to move in. And see, you see how the grid has expanded based upon what houses have moved in and whatnot. We actually need a house to move in, like right there. But instead of waiting, we're just gonna put power lines going from out of city limits. How's that out of city limits? Space already occupied. I'm so confused. Oh, I see what they're talking about. So we need to actually get this planted, but we need to get it planted in a way that it's not going to be outside the city limits. So let's just connect them that way. Pretty sloppy, I gotta admit, but you know, it's gonna end up working. It's gonna end up working. So now all of our little houses, and all of our little civilians down here, they all actually have access to sewage, water, as well as electricity. Basically, the bare essentials when you're getting your city started. And of course, as this goes on, you're gonna need a lot more of that going on. You see down here, it's barely noticeable, I'm sure, in the video. But our bank balance, we're actually losing money right now. And the reason why we're losing money, you can actually go, I believe, right here to your economy. You can change your budget. Right now, we're spending a lot of money on electricity as well as water. This is kind of a good tip for you. I learned this from another video I found on YouTube, which was very helpful to me in learning how to play this game. But you go here to my water. As you can see, water consumption, we're consuming 8,200 a week, whereas we are pumping 120,000 a week. Right? We don't need that much. We really don't need that much water. Same thing goes for electricity. So I'm going to drop the budget down to 50%, and that's going to take away a lot of our costs. Eventually, it's going to make it so we're actually earning a lot more money, and it's actually going to be pretty good as a result of that. So all these people are actually going to need jobs. And my idea, just for funsies with this little tiny city, I want to kind of have like a little smaller area of a city right here, and then I'm going to try and add like a little farmland area if I can. So let's go up here. There's actually a bunch of things you can go through, and one of them is natural resources, which apparently I can't look at that just yet. I don't know why it is I can't look at that just yet. That's kind of confusing. Maybe I have to wait until I'm at more of a certain size. But if you have a certain kind of land, you can actually plop down a bunch of businesses, like a bunch of industrial businesses, and then you can actually zone that entire area to be farmland, and then all those businesses will be farms, of course. You can have yourself a nice little farm community and try and recreate. I actually recreated a little small town that isn't exactly too far away from me. It's called Pittsfield, and I recreated it basically here. And I thought it was kind of a cool little thing that you could do within the game. So right now, they want me to build more industrial, because right now these fine folks, they don't really have a place to work, and I guess that's understandable. So what we're going to do is, where should we put it? Should I put it up the way, or should I put it over here to the side? I think I'm going to put it over here to the side a little bit. So we'll continue on down this road here, and we'll just put that down, and let's start zoning some industrial. Let's just use our big paint tool. I like the paint tool. I really do. The paint tool is pretty nice. Because if you use the normal tool, it just kind of fills in like everything. I'm like, I don't want to fill in that entire area, you know? If you go over to the paint tool, you get to decide exactly what's getting filled in, what's not getting filled in, things like that. So it's definitely pretty nice. So right now we're actually putting those in, but keep in mind, this game's a little bit more in-depth than SimCity. You actually need to go ahead and make sure your water pipes are connected. So we go in here to our water pipes, we go to our connected areas. Let's zoom out a little bit so I can see. And there. It doesn't need to be pretty. Keep in mind, your wire pipes do not need to be pretty whatsoever. They just need to function, right? They just need to function. You can really send them anywhere you want. And I'm thinking we're actually going to need to zone a little bit more industrial, just so it actually connects on the power grid. Yep, see, they're not connected on the power grid right now. So I'm going to try to zone a little bit more industrial, down this way a bit, and down this way a bit. That way, hopefully, we can get these connected. Because right now, they're like, we have no power because nothing's connected. But I may actually just need to use power lines. But apparently, we've actually reached a population of 500, which is going to unlock a lot of different things for us. For example, we can now start applying taxes. We can start applying loans. We have to start managing garbage. We can put out healthcare as well as education. Education's good. Less buildings are burned down. The smarter your citizens are in this game, the better things are going to be for you. We can start putting down elementary schools, medical clinics, as well as landfill sites. So we'll be sure to tinker around with a lot of that stuff. For right now, I think we're going to just take this and we're going to build a power line. I'm going to build it a little bit away from the zones, and I'm going to connect it that way. That way it's actually connected to all of these. Let's check the power grid here. There we go. Everything seems to be all connected now, and there's still actually going to be room for more businesses, more industrial businesses to actually come in right there. So I think that's gonna be pretty good. So let's go down here. Let's get a street view here. Let's see what's going on, because sometimes you get lost in it, but occasionally it's nice to just kind of come down and see what's going on within your city. This is the industrial zone. It's one street and it's full of industry. That's all it is. And if we continue down the road here, let's see if I can get a better angle, and then maybe angle us a little bit this way. We're just going to go down the street this way, just bouncing over all these buildings as I'm going through. You see some cars here going down the one road to work. I think there's actually graphical mods that make it so the resolution can be a little bit better as well, but I don't have anything installed right now. Everything is on the maximum settings. Right down there is our sewage plant. Right there is our water plant, like our water, where all of our people are getting their water. Then you come here, here's Big Bite Burger, which if you guys like to, you can change the name of all these things. Like I can name that Nero Burger if I want to. You know, you can do really whatever you want by naming these things, and you can move them, but we're not going to be moving anything as of right now, because there's really no need to move things. Right now, it's just trying to get my citizens going. So now this guy's complaining. What's he complaining about? Garbage is piling up. I can understand it. I understand, brother. I feel you. So what we're actually going to do is, since there is basically nobody actually over here building their businesses yet, we're actually going to make a road this way, and then we're going to make a road off this way a little bit, something along them lines, and we're actually going to start plopping down these landfill sites. Down here, we now have access to more things. Like right here is the healthcare, where we can put down medical clinics. Right here is a hospital, but as you can see, we're going to need about 5,500 citizens for us to be able to have access to the hospital and be able to purchase it. So right now, we're actually going to be using the landfill. Later on, we'll actually be able to have an incineration plant, but that's at 7,500 civilians. Right now, we're just going to be putting down a landfill. And I'm actually going to put down 2 landfills, because I know they can fill up pretty quickly. I know they can fill up really, really quickly. And I want to make sure that people can get to those, and we basically have enough garbage. These people are having trouble with electricity. Now let's check this out. You see they're complaining about electricity down here. Let's check it out here. So right now, the electricity consumption, we're consuming 10 megawatts. Is that MW? I don't know. But right now, we're also putting out 10. So what we need to do, go in here to the budget, and we're going to slightly increase the budget for electricity, and also our budgets for healthcare as well as garbage. We can probably drop those down, because our citizens, we don't have that many citizens right now. There's no point in spending that much money on garbage and healthcare and even education all the way down here when we really don't have that many citizens to take care of. You know, that's really the main issue. So right here, let's see if we can get a look at here. Landfill usage. I'm not exactly sure how to read this. Oh no. Okay, I think I understand it now. So you see this green? Let's see if I can zoom in here. You see the green that's coming off here? I think that basically means those areas are all covered for the landfill. The landfill is covering all of these areas, but it's not. As you can see, the streets here are not green. If I were to place this here, all these streets would suddenly turn green, meaning, of course, that the landfill is working and the landfill is actually being used by all these people. Right now, the landfill is not being used because it's too far away, apparently, because these people are lazy. So I'm going to connect these streets here. And I'm going to make this a street, and I'm going to make this a street, and I'm going to connect that street, just like so. And I'm actually going to put a landfill here on this corner. I don't like to have the landfill so close to, you know, where people live, but right now that's what we're going to be doing. Once again, this is just kind of like a test video. If this were like an actual, like I'm trying to maximize my city and make everything great, I think I would pay a little more attention to stuff like that. What are these guys over here whining about? They're all whining. Not enough workers, they say. I can definitely understand that. We don't really have that many areas for citizens. So let's go ahead and change that. So we're going to take a road here, and we're actually going to end up, as you can see, we're going to have to destroy a couple houses to be able to build this road. But I want to build this road here because I think it looks good just like that. Just, I don't know. Looks kind of neat that way, I suppose. Some people may disagree, but I like it. And so we're going to build that there. Let's build a road here. What's kind of cool is you can really kind of do whatever you want to do in terms of putting together your roads and how you want to structure your cities and stuff. There's lots you can really do. All right, great here. I'm just kind of making, I'm making designs and making shapes out of my roads, basically. And that's what I'm going to be having my citizens live in. Like, I can continue this over here. All right. I don't think this is going to be just about the right angle, but It's close enough. It's close enough. You can basically just end up making designs and just doing really whatever you want to do with it. And from there, of course, you're going to need to start making sure you have residents and businesses and things like that. Down here, you can actually see this is the demand for residentials. This is, oh, I'm sitting there scrolling here. This down here is the demand for residential. This right here is the demand for commercial. And this is the demand for industry or offices. Right now, we have no demand for industry. Right now, we actually have way too much industry because I zoned way too much of it. And we don't have enough people to actually work there. That's actually becoming the main issue. So we're going to put this on, we're going to make it go faster by accelerating time a little bit, which is not cheating. It's just how fast you want to play the game. If you would like, if you like a very, very slow progress kind of thing, you can go ahead and do that. But when you go fast, some issues definitely start to pop up. Like, for example, people are whining there's not enough electricity right now. So we actually go ahead and we up our electricity. And I should also slow time down a little bit because I had forgotten to make sure that all these new people actually have access to water. So let's go ahead and draw some water pipes here. Once again, you don't need to be very pretty, although if you really want to end up saving yourself a lot of money, you can do so by making sure these pipes are very efficient and that you're not wasting space when it comes to putting together your water pipes, like I am. I'm wasting a lot of space with these water pipes. But let's see here. These poor guys don't have any access to the electricity. So one of the things we could do is put down another generator, but I don't want to do that. That seems like a giant waste. That seems like a huge, huge, huge waste. So I don't want to do that just yet. I'm actually going to see if we can get more people to freaking move in, because that would just be more beneficial. If more people were just to move in right now, then these houses would automatically connect the electricity themselves by having, of course, the little power lines and stuff going house to house and whatnot. Be a lot easier, but I don't think they're going to do it. Let's see. We're gonna fast forward time a little bit, and we'll see if these poor citizens down here actually end up. Oh, I see a house. All right, all right, all right. I see this here. Oh, are we building an apartment complex over here? Okay, that was a weird shape for that kind of a house. A little ranch-style house there. Up, keep on going. They're connecting. Come on, you can do it. Whose house is that? Oh, by the way, you can check. This is the Franklin residence. This is the Butler residence. This nice little house here is the Ivy residence. And I think the electricity is going to get connected. Ha! It got connected. See? It got connected just by making sure all the houses end up getting there. And soon these guys are all going to stop whining. Except for right now, we're actually consuming more electricity than we're actually putting out. So I'm going to need to up the electricity budget again. I'm going to bump the electricity budget up to 75. And I'm going to bump the water. Whoop! Apparently we reached 1,000 citizens after all that. There's a lot going on here, man. So much to do. So now we have a new feature, which is districts, which I will show you. We've got policies, which is pretty interesting. You can really do what you like. You can ban smoking in this game if you want to. There's a lot you can do. We have policies. You can get a second loan. We haven't had to take out our first one yet. We can set industry specializations, which is going to allow us to have farms and things like that. We can have service policies. Not entirely positive what that is, to be perfectly honest. We can put down fire departments, police departments. I have unique buildings. Forestry specialization, agricultural specialization. Like, you can put an entire industrial area and have it basically be like a lumberyard kind of idea, or you can have an agricultural one where you can zone an entire industrial area to be basically like a farm. We can set policies for certain zones on limiting their power usage and their water usage, and we can issue smoke detectors to everybody for free to try and reduce the amount of smoke coming out and fires going up. And we got police stations there and firehouses we can now have. Lots of stuff, man. So I'm going to lower the budget on. I'm gonna lower the budget on everything to just about 70%. I think right about 70% should be pretty good. I actually don't even have any education yet because I haven't put down any educational buildings. But unique buildings, we don't really have any of those built just yet. So that's not really going to bother us. Let's up the water here to 70%. Let's up the garbage and healthcare to 70. We don't have any healthcare yet. I should probably get worked on some of that. So we've got about 36 grand on us. So here's our money down here. And we're making about, this is actually really small text, $1,500 every day. And here this bar indicates a new day passing by. And of course, if you speed things up, that's going to make the days go faster. So what we're going to do is we're going to end up placing down a school. Now keep in mind, when you place a school, look for the green lines. The green lines is going to indicate all the areas that actually get benefited from the school, all right? And this explains why not a lot of businesses have been placed right here, because you can't really fit anything there. But what we're going to do, what would be most beneficial, we're going to have to, one way or another, we're going to have to destroy a couple houses, which is sad for some people. I understand. I understand it. Sad days. But we're going to have to place down our school there. It's going to get rid of a couple houses. But look at the happies. With all them smiley faces, we had to have done something good. Now, let's do the same thing here. We're going to go to a medical clinic. This is actually going to be under healthcare, and we're going to place it right about here. We're going to have to get rid of a house to do it, but everyone's happy because now we have an elementary school and we actually have a health clinic where people are not going to die of sickness anymore. Then you can scroll down here, you hear the ambulance going away. It's just a tiny little health clinic. That's it, just a tiny little thing. And of course, if you make it so the speed's not all the way up, you can actually see things a little bit more clearly as people stop and ambulances spawn in, they run around and do things. Then over, where did we put our elementary school? I'm actually, oh, it's right here, right? Yep, there's our elementary school. And we zoom in here. Here is our little elementary school. And here is our little elementary school playground behind it. Yes, right there. Very nice, very nice. That's actually going to make it so we have some educated citizens. It's looking like power is becoming an issue over in that area. Huh, let's check the power here. Ah, man, we're consuming more and more electricity, so I'm going to have to raise the budget on electricity even more. Let's bump that up to 80. I should just put it up to like 85 or something like that, but I don't want to waste too much money. Oh, wow. Everyone's still going with the electricity, huh? Well, okay, let's see real quick. We're producing more electricity than we're consuming. Why are you guys whining? I think that was a little bit, that was just a little bit of excess whining from what they're doing before. So now, apparently, since we reached that amount of citizens, we can actually look at these different things. All of our bars up here are actually unlocked. So right here is actually natural resources, which is pretty useful. So basically over here, yellow equals fertile land, which is pretty nice. You see right there, fertile land is yellow. Green is basically going to be forest. Like you see all these different green things. Of course, those are all trees. That's all forested area. And that little gray looking thing right there is apparently going to be ore. Now, I've not played around a lot with ore, but as you can see, wow, I can't seem to scroll down any further in this, but there's a little bit of ore right here along with some trees. But right here is actually going to be fertile land where we can actually place farms. Now, unfortunately, that's not in our city. And if this were Sim City, right here, as you can see, is where the fertile land is. And if this were Sim City, this would be a sad day. We'd be sitting there like, man, look how tiny my little city is. There's not a lot I can do. But here, we can actually do a lot more. So I need to actually find it. I think it's right here. That's districts, that's buildings, that's roads. This is a question mark for the advisor. Do I click this? Yes. All right, so this button over here called areas. You can just buy more areas. It doesn't even cost that much. $3,600. Bam, purchase. Now we can completely make the size of our city just way bigger. So much bigger. We're expanding the borders of our cities, which is freaking nice, man. Definitely awesome. Because your cities are not going to be small and limited like they are in SimCity. Like you saw, you can make your cities freaking giant. Man, you can make these things so big. So what we're going to do is we're going to quit your whining about power over there. God, so sometimes it's up to you to kind of just make do and go without watching Netflix in bed. You know, I don't want them to be unhappy. I'm a softie. I'm upping it to 90. The budget's at 90%. All right, for electricity. If I hear any more whining at you people, so help me. But what I want to do right now is I want to build out a road. All right, it's gonna be hard to kind of maximize this, I suppose. We're gonna build out a road to about. We'll put it right down the middle. We'll split it right down the middle. Then we'll build it up this way. Right? We'll build it like that. And then we'll build a road over here. And then we'll build a road that's connected to that. We'll do it that way just for right now. And then just to try and maximize the amount of businesses we could possibly get, let's go ahead and do it that way with that road. Now we're going to go ahead and zone. I'm going to be building some farms here. We're going to be zoning. All right, we're going to zone all of this right here for farms, basically, is how we're going to be doing this. This is all going to be for farms. We're also going to need, of course, to zone a lot more residential, so we have workers for these farms, but we're basically going to be zoning this all for farms right now, all right? Now, what we're going to do to make sure that these actually turn into farms is we're going to zoom out of that. Now, we're going to go to this little button right here called districts, and we're actually going to draw ourselves a district. So let's go ahead and make it so it's a little bit bigger. That way it's easier to draw. Just a nice big bubble. That's what it looks like. It's just a big old bubble. All right, and now we're gonna try and set it, and then right there we click the farm thing and click it. This is called Sheffield Heights, and it's going to be a farming district. Now, basically, you can go in here once again, and you can change around anything you want. This is, I'm just going to call it farmland, because I'm unoriginal and don't think of things. We call it farmland there, and that's where people are going to be able to have their own farms and whatnot. But, of course, at the moment, we probably don't have a lot of people there to actually work there, so we're going to have to build some more roads, and we're going to actually make it so they can actually go over there. So, once again, we're going to have to go to our water, and we're going to need to connect some pipes here because, of course, all these areas, they need to have water. They don't have wells out there, I don't suppose, like most farms do. But that would be funny if, like, you just got free water. Oh, not enough money. Maybe I do take out my first loan. Let's see here. Where's my loans? I've never actually done a loan before. Loans right here. All right, so Silver Sunset Bank is going to give me $20,000 over 2 weeks with 5% interest, which is going to basically cost me $400 a week, which is going to take away from my $1,500, wait, $400 a week? That's really not even a lot. And apparently, while I'm sitting here contemplating all this, we've reached a population of 1,500, which is going to unlock decorations, which is going to allow you to basically put down trees and parks and all kinds of pretty things for your areas. Also, we have parks and recreations down here. We can ban pets. We can ban smoking. We have level 2 unique buildings. And, of course, we unlocked a high school as well, which is pretty nice. I'm going to take this. I'm going to take the big $60,000 loan. Can I take that? Yeah. Yeah. Now, basically, over 260 weeks, they're going to be... That's a really good deal, in my opinion. So, they're basically going to be taking $250 a week? That's not even a lot. Like, I'm making $1,500 a day. And they're going to be doing that over the course of, like, 260 weeks. But, man, I have $82,000 now, so... Because of that, I now have the money to continue rapidly building things, which you should probably go a bit slower than this, all things considered, when you're actually playing this game. But I'm just like, it's a video. I want to have some fun with it. I want to show you guys what this game's all about. I want to try and make these so these fit. So I'm going quickly with everything, and I'm rapidly building stuff. There, and we're gonna need another wire. My water system is just dismal. It's so wasteful. That's the biggest problem. It's just how wasteful it is. Let's go power. I feel as though it would be good if we got a new power plant here, and we'll move it right about there-ish. I'm gonna say I don't want to interfere with the farms that are yet to start growing yet, but they're going to eventually. Let's speed things up here. Now, why in the world has nobody moved into the new farmland yet? What am I doing wrong? Ah! Here we go. Da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da. One brave farmer picked the corner furthest away from anything. And I'm trying to adjust the camera angle here. And has made themselves a little juice farm. You're whining? You have no electricity. Look how far away you are from everything. Look how far away you are. I don't have no electricity out here. Do you ever stop and think that's because you moved the farthest away from literally anybody? Alright, let's... It's looking like we have a high demand now, of course, for... I think the reason why they're actually not making farms and stuff is because there's no residents to work them. So what we're going to do is we're going to put some businesses here because we have a little bit of commercial demand, right? A little bit of commercial demand. Not a lot, but a little bit. Let's get rid of this little smidgen here. All right. And we're going to put out a lot more... We're going to zone a lot more residential, make it so a lot more people can move into the city. That's going to be stressful on our electricity and on our money, but in our water. But... you know, we need to do it. We need to have more people. We need to have more people living here to be in all these businesses and whatnot, right? That's how this goes. So, let's do that. Yeah, fill all that out just like that. Yeah. Yeah, these guys have water, electricity there. I think they'll have electricity. They already have water. All right, that's good. Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, no! So what this means is there's a lot of crime. Because I have never built a police station. Look at everybody. They're like, crime's taking over. Hold on here. No, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the police station. We need the police station of justice to come in here and clean up these streets. So we just put down a police station there. I may just put a police station, like, in lots of places. We'll have a police station here at the industrial district just because. And we'll put... we're going to need to make our roads a little bit more. See, here's a little tip I've learned. This is just a weird way that they have about doing things. I think it's because there's long distances between places. But like, see right here, I try and put down a police station. It's only really going to police that one road. When I wanted to try and police like this whole area. I think the reason it does that is because it can't fit all of that, basically. Like, it's too many roads. And so what I'm going to do is connect that road right there. And just because I don't want to blow up that house, because I'm a nice guy like that, I guess, we're going to build a road next to it. And that should hopefully make it so if I want to place down... Yeah, see, now it's actually... You see all the greens on the road? It's actually making it so it's actually policing a lot more areas as compared to what it was before. So, that's pretty nice. That's pretty good, I'd say. Actually, if I were to connect these somehow, I betcha that would make it so it'd work out a little bit better with the police station right there. Can we go here once again to our police? They're not really getting policed in this area very well. Not so much. So, oh no. What does that mean? Our house is burning down on me. This is what I get for trying to go so quickly. Okay, so now we need fire stations, apparently. We gotta put down the fire stations, otherwise we're stupid, and we'll all burn our houses down. Oh, wow. Okay, so we're gonna get rid of 3 houses to be able to connect that road, which apparently has made some people sad. Understandable, but y'all have a shiny new fire station right here, which is going to cover a pretty good amount of space. And we're going to put another shiny fire station over here, which will cover a good space. And then we're going to put a shiny fire station over here. Wait, do I even really need to? Yeah, I should. And we'll put a fire station here, which will cover some good space. There, y'all happy? Are we all happy now? Oh, look at what we got here. Look at all of these farming businesses down here that probably have no electricity. No electricity at all. I have a feeling they would have more electricity if I were to zone residential to try and connect them to everybody else. So that is what I am going to do. And we'll zone residential up to about this area, I think. Yeah. Now start moving in, everybody. I got water underneath there. People are abandoning their farms because they have no power. There's an abandoned building in the city, and it's spoiling the view. You can bulldoze that. But what's the point in bulldozing it if it's... I don't want to put down grids. I just don't. I don't like it. But I think we should. So we're going to take a grid here, and we're going to pop the grid out. And then we're going to make it go this way, and then we're going to make it go this way. And then we're going to pop it into there. Now, bam, you have electricity. Quit your whining. Now I got bulldoze all the stupid buildings down. Why are they whining about water? I think they're whining about water because I need to up the budget on water. Look at all these beautiful farms that just needed to be demolished. They all abandoned it. They're all quitters, if you ask me. You can't work without a little electricity and a little... You had water. You can't work without a little electricity for a bit? You cowards. Which one of you is the abandoned building? Oh, this tiny little farm. Well... Apparently, people are starting to whine about water and whining about sewage, so I think I should go ahead and actually, I have an idea. So we're going to go back to the budget. We're going to up that budget on water to about 85, and let's check how that's working. That's still cutting it pretty close. Oh, what has happened? Oh, we're now a boomtown. We've actually hit 2,600. That's a weird milestone. Why not just 2,500? But we've unlocked new areas, which apparently we can get those. We now have transport, which is going to be buses and things like that. Level 3 unique buildings, and of course the bus, or industry specialization. Recreational use. Allow the recreational use of controlled substances attracts more tourists, also requires more police presence in the area, which will slightly increase the tax income, moderately increase tourism, and slightly increase the crime rate, and increases police budget by 15%. So I can just make some marijuana is legal in my area. We can also have recycling, which is a big part of environmental sustainability. It also helps keep the neighborhood looking tidy with a small investment for recycling technologies. So basically, slightly reduced garbage accumulation as well as slightly reduced tax income. So it really depends on how you want to do stuff like that. Are you places on fire? How many places have burned down? I got fire stations like everywhere. What's wrong with you people? Well, I guess I should get rid of all these. One, they're an eyesore. Two, it makes it so I can have other people actually grow or like move in there. Jeez. I think I need to have more education so you... Oh, wait. I have a policy. Hold on. All right. So what we're going to do here, we're about to make some plays, big time plays. So we're going to make a district, right? We're going to make a district. And that district is going to be here, all the way to here. Yes, just like that. And that is going to be apparently called Elm Hills. Okay, well, that's what they named the district. This is going to be an industrial district. All right, now what we can do with this... okay, oh boy, I'm pressing buttons. I'm getting confused. Once again, I haven't played a super duper amount of this, but we can change around the policies. Yes, you click on Elm Hills, you go to policies. All right, and for here, I'm not allowing recreational use right now, but what I am going to go ahead and do is I'm going to give a smoke detector distribution. So it makes citizens live safer live safer and the fire department's job easier by installing smoke detectors in buildings. No more poor cooking skills will lead to house fires, at least not as often. So it's going to significantly reduce the risk of fire, but it's also going to cost about $5 per building. I think that's pretty good considering everyone just keeps burning down their stuff, which is really kind of annoying. So this is basically just going to be that area, and we put out those fire extinguishers. Now let's actually go ahead and zone this as its own district. Yes, its own district. Empire Heights. Good name for an industrial district, huh? Let's click that and go to the policies. I'm going to give you guys smoke detectors as well. Quit burning down your things. In the one place where everybody's allowed to work, I should make it so recreational use is actually allowed there. That's funny. Education boost. I need to have a higher population to be able to play around with that. Taxation, city planning, those are all things you can get the more you increase your population of your city. So right now we got farmland, we got Elm Hills, we got Empire Heights. That's a very small little city we're working with right now. I could, of course, connect them and start trying to get this thing booming and just start really spamming this. And I think we might do that here because I'm looking at the recording. We're about 42 minutes in. So I think about now you kind of you have a general idea of how to get this game going, how to get started, and the different things you can do. And what I'm going to do now is we're basically going to start going crazy with it and seeing some cool stuff. So let's up that water budget up to 100. Because everybody's being a little whiner. Everybody's got to be whining just all the time. Basically upping the budget on just about everything. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to start putting out roads, boys. Right? We're going to start putting out roads. And we're going to start just basically filling out the rest of this area. And we're going to be making a very ugly metropolis. Right? Ugly metropolis is what we're going for here. So let's put out some roads. Yeah, more roads. More roads. And these are not going to connect very well, are they? Nope, didn't think they would. They would if I do it that way. So can I connect you to you? Alright. Can I connect you to you? Distance too short. Really? Those roads are not connected. Those roads are not connected. I actually want to get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. I have an idea. I have an idea here. So now let's go back to roads. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, I have a cooler idea. I have a cooler looking idea. There, yeah. Now we're going to be doing some cool stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And yeah, that's so ugly. Oh, something I never actually mentioned, but I'm sure you can figure out just by playing. You actually make curved roads, although it's kind of confusing as to how you actually put them together. And see, I can't actually make this curved road here because like you would get in the way of the power line right there. Stupid power lines, man. I hate those stupid power lines. So what unfortunately we have to do is make it so that our curved road is going to have to go right here because it goes underneath the lines. It doesn't actually go through the tower itself. So there we go. Now we've got that curved road there. Boy, this is ugly. Boy, this is ugly. Let's continue on making more roads. More roads, right? We need more roads. We need more places for more people to go. More people, more roads equals more stuff, right? It's because we got demands that people want met. Oh, I can't do that because of those power lines, but I can cut through here. Space already occupied? By what? What is the space already occupied down here for that I can't build my road? A house? Usually just let you go right through the house. Yeah, there we go. And there. And let's connect you. Now it's in the way. Now it's in the way down here. Is that an important building? I can't tell. Let me zoom in here. That's not an important building. Quit your whining. Whoa, camera angle's freaking out. I'm trying to zoom out while doing this, and that just freaked out the camera. Alright, there. And there. And I guess we can connect these roads here. Keep in mind, I like to have my actual city look a little bit better than this. I guess I can show you my actual city at the end of this. It's nothing special right now, but it's pretty neat. And now we just start spamming this. Actually, I should zone these people for water first. I should really zone these people for water. I should really zone them for water. Water. Alright. So let's put water up to here. Just like so. And not enough money! Oh no! I'm out of money. Well, that kind of puts us into a pit unless I go into my loans. And it's like, here, I'll take this $20,000 loan. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. $20,000. But, let's see. We need to get these people more water. That's going to cost $2,600 to do that. And we need to get you more water this way as well. And and I'm just placing water right now, so Alright, so now you guys all have water now. And I'm about broke again. And I'm losing money right now. A good way to make some money back. Let's go back to taxes. Let's actually increase. I'm taxing everybody 11%. Every one of you is getting taxed 11%, like it or not. Because I need more money. Which can make your citizens mad. It can make them abandon your city. So you gotta keep those taxes in check. Now we're going to go back to just basically filling out our city and putting on super speed, so we get a lot more things popping up at once. And keep in mind, as your city grows, your city doesn't it doesn't stay small. Like, you can actually get high density residential zones, which would be taller buildings. Eventually you can get to things like skyscrapers and things like that. The game has a lot of replay value because you can do so much with it, and of course the modding scene is pretty ridiculous with all the different things you can do. But right now, I'm just increasing my population like crazy, hopefully, assuming all these people actually decide to move in. One strategy I could suggest is, let's say you want to expand really far like I am right now. Start off slow by zoning residential near where you already have other residential, so that they slowly start building together, so that the electricity will follow itself and you won't have to make more electrical things. Just a tip, just a little tip that hopefully you guys can take away, and it can help you out a little bit. I'm putting residential over there. We'll put some commercial here. We'll put commercial all along this, right? All along this. And we'll put some more commercial all along this. There we are. And over on this side, we're just going to spam more things. Just going to, actually, instead of doing that tool, why don't I just use the big paint tool, which is going to allow me to fill these things in really quickly. And we'll see what ends up happening here. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is Cities Skylines. So at least a very, 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 very minimalist version of it, where I haven't really done a whole lot. To be perfectly honest, I really haven't done a ton here. But it's fun to make your city, watch your city grow. Then if you get, like, you know, really into it, you go down into here. Yeah, of course, X out of this so all the highlights are gone. And just look at your city. Look at the beauty that is your city. And all the things within it. And all the little things. Look, that's a scooter. Its owner is Rosemary White, who is an uneducated adult that resides at the Lynch residence and is a worker at Frank's Fish Stick Factory. And right now is visiting a quiet corner shop. An uneducated adult, last name's White, but is living at the Lynch residence, wondering what's going on there, and works at the Fish Stick Factory. Now, this is an SUV. Who is owned by Elizabeth Lee, who is a worker at Ready to Wear Limited. and resides at the Meadow residence. I wonder why these people don't have the same last names. Wait, Stephanie Lee? Elizabeth Lee? Is this the Lee residence? No, that's a Poplar residence. That's the Sycamore residence. That's the Elm residence. That's the Pearl residence. Where's the Lee residence? There's 2 different cars here. This one's owned by Stephanie Lee. And the one behind it... Oh, that's Earl Miller. Did that car go away? It did. It did. But yeah, it's a city. And it's got actual people in it. And they all have their own things. And apparently, my farming district is going all to hell. Hold on, boys. Hold on. Economy. Budget. Power all the way up. Water all the way up. Abandoned buildings everywhere. But yeah, there we go, man. We're about 50 minutes in. I just want to play through this here a little bit and show you guys a little bit what this is like. And yeah, hopefully you guys all enjoyed that. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to hit escape. And I am going to... if I quit, does it quit out of the game? Maybe if I just load game. Here's Haddonfield, which is my actual city that I made. Now, keep in mind, you're going to see, if you've watched any tutorials on YouTube, it has a relatively similar layout to... I was very confused by this game, and it was really hard to get into it as compared to SimCity, because I was very confused how water and how power worked, and how you had to connect those things. So there's a tutorial where guys like just go up here, go down here, make the roads along here, and then you put your sewage things and your water things right next to each other. And that's what I did, and it actually got me started. And I was so excited that my city didn't burn down within like 5 minutes. And so then I started playing around with it a little bit more. And this is basically it. So here is Pittsfield. Here is Pittsfield Elementary School, the elementary school I went to. It's basically a farming community, as you guys can see. Things are looking good. Yeah, $240,000 sitting here in the bank balance, making $6 grand every single day. Like it's nothing. Almost got a population of 10 grand. So this is what happens when I'm actually paying attention when I play and not just trying to show you guys things very, very quickly. I like to actually put together my city pretty well. Let's go here. You can actually see the different districts. I've named that one off of King of the Hill, which is Arlen, the main city in King of the Hill. But you go here to these different districts. So here's Arlen, which started off as this small little area. Then I expanded it all the way over to there. Then here's the what I call the industrial park, where basically it's a bunch of industry. Over here is Pittsfield, which is a small farming community. Up here, I haven't actually zoned out as its own district yet, but it's basically... if we look here, it's basically just residential area because, of course, if you're going to have this whole industrial park and all these farmers and stuff, you're going to need a lot of people actually living there. And as you can see down here, I'm actually starting to get a lot more demand for industry as well as commercial zones. Like right up here, since my city has actually grown a little bit, I've actually been able to zone, instead of just industrial factories, what these are over here, they're actually offices for, you know, they're office zones. And I can start zoning these office zones in different places, like maybe along this long road I have that's going connecting. Maybe I could fill that up with offices or something like that. I don't know what I'm really going to do with it. I'll probably do that on my own time, but you can play around with it. And of course, I bought the zone next to me, and if I go back to here, look at all these zones I can buy. You can make it so your city is giant. You can make it so your city is crossing these lakes and stuff like that. You know, you can make it. I'll actually show it to you. Did I do it on this map? I'm trying to remember if I did. I did, and it was very hard, and it looks very ugly. I'm sure there's better ways to do it than what I did, because I bought this zone all the way over here. All the way over here, man. We got like lakefront property. I think I'm gonna try and do something really cool up there with like really high land value areas or stuff. Maybe do some logging over here. But I didn't want to just have my roads go into the interstate. So I built bridges, which you can do that. I'll show you how to build a bridge right now. But of course, if you're watching this far in the video, if you start, you know how to do it. So when you're building a road, if you hit page up, you can actually increase like the height at which your thing is going to be. Right, and you can make it reach different things, but the trick is being able to do that, and then being able to make it connect on the other end, which sometimes can get kind of confusing. But yeah, so I did that. It doesn't look very good. I might tinker with it to make it a little bit better, because you can see it's kind of zigzaggy. But in the real world, guys, in the real world, not everything's a perfectly straight line, but that is a little zigzaggy even for my taste, so I think I'm going to try and fix that. But I wanted to build that so I can get a road going on over into here, and I haven't really actually started building anything over here just yet. Just got the road going, just got the plans going, but yeah, this is my little area. And as you can see, there's no one whining. Oh, wait, there's stuff going on here. I should attend to this. I should attend to it. There's no more room in my landfill, so I'm actually going to start emptying it, and I'm going to start emptying that one. There we go. There we go. Crisis solved. Oh, no, this one's now full, too? Oh, wait, or is this one draining? It doesn't, operating normally. Oh, 61% full. No, it's fine. Okay, we're good. We're good with our landfills. Here's cemeteries, and a power generator right next to the cemetery. That seems like something straight out of a zombie movie, but maybe I should move that. But I need to have power there. I need to have power there. See, I need to have power connecting right there, man. And I guess I could just build buildings and as a result get rid of that. I should probably just do that. I'll do that all on my own time. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is City Skylines. Definitely about an hour, about what I assumed this video would actually be. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed it, and if you did, please be sure to leave a rating where you guys feel the video deserves. And of course, if you're wondering about the game itself, you can find it on Steam. It's not available for console or anything like that. It is a Steam game. You can find it on there, and I think it runs $30, something along those lines. Actually, allow me to check for it. I'll verify for you right here and now by alt-tabbing out and actually looking at City Skylines, which I just so happen to have actually pulled up here. So let's go here into library and City Skylines. It's going to be $30. It's going to be $30, $29.99 for the base game of City Skylines. If you'd like the deluxe edition, that's going to be $40, $10 more basically. Or if you bought the standard edition and you want the digital upgrade pack, you can buy it for $10 as well. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is City Skylines. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. And if you did, please be sure to leave a rating where you guys feel the video deserves. Hope you guys all have a wonderful day.